Does technical analysis actually work, or is it just a superstition? Well, my talisman of good luck says it works, and it's not a superstition. Yeah, I'm making a joke.
Disclaimer. Even after all the research, everything I say in the video is just my personal opinion. Never invest money you can't afford to lose. Roll the video.
It's time to talk about technical analysis, how it works, why it works, does it actually work? And if you like cryptocurrency, if you like making money, if you like technical analysis and all those fun series we've been doing over the past few weeks, be sure to smack the subscribe button so not to miss out on any future videos. And without further ado, technical analysis is a term that is very generously used in the cryptocurrency and stock market and their corresponding industries, but whether it can be defined in words and whether or not it's actually of any use in its translation into profits is something that is heavily debated. A lot of people think it's just mathematical mumbo jumbo and it doesn't actually work and you can predict anything with it. I tend to disagree, as do a lot of people who actually use technical analysis on a daily basis. Now, what do you mean under technical analysis? Well, basic support and resistance, for example. Why do they work? And it's just a number. How can some lines on a graph show you where the number is gonna go? Well, you're never gonna know exactly with technical analysis where the price is gonna go, but rather what technical analysis allows you to do is based on a lot of things that have happened over the past time frames. You can use that to your advantage to kind of predict whether the trend will continue going in the direction it's heading or whether it's going to take a downwards spiral, right? So basically, technical analysis is mostly about recognizing trends. If you see a trend, for example, that it's continuously going up, and we'll talk more about trends later on in this video and how to exactly spot trends, which trends are the easiest to spot and which ones are most likely to happen. Because if you recognize a trend, sometimes it's not exactly that trend but something else that means a different thing. So for example, if you see we have an upwards ascending wedge, right? I'm gonna try and draw this. I'm gonna try and draw this like this, and keep in mind I'm just trying to make a little example here. So for example, you see it's in this trend. Apparently it's in this trend. It's touching the bottoms, it's touching the tops. And you would think it's going to continue going in this trend forever, right? So we can just draw this up like this, and you think, yeah, that's the trend. When you see this, you think, yeah, that's the trend. It's just going to continue going up, and it doesn't stop. 55,000, maybe it's going to continue to go up to 60 and 70 and 80 and 90 and 100,000 and so on. But as you can see, it didn't continue going in this trend. It kind of went sideways. Now, how did that happen? Well, you didn't recognize the real trend, right? I just drew random lines, and of course it won't work. So technical analysis is not just drawing random support and resistance lines and hoping that you recognize the trend. But sometimes it can be as easy as just picking out the bottoms. So these are the two bottoms. This is the absolute bottom of current trend, which I'm looking at right here. So this doesn't have anything to do with this before. This before could also be part of a bigger trend that it's setting up, but I'm just looking at the short-term 5-minute time frame trend right here. And I will also try to draw kind of the upper section. But as you can see, I can never really touch all of them with how it's looking right now, so that's going to be a little more complicated. So I don't know if it's going to go like this, if it's a broadening wedge, or I don't know if maybe I need to look at it like this, and like this it's pull this also down, which so this would be if I look at it like this, it would be an extremely bullish trend. If it stays in here and continues to do this, it's really good for the cryptocurrency, because this is mostly a bullish trend, which means it's just gonna go out as soon as it heads out of this triangle, if this is the actual trend. Now, how would we know if it is? Well, if you look at the price action, if you keep observing, if you keep watching and you keep drawing the trend lines, you will very soon recognize basic patterns, right? And more often than not, they will repeat. So if you see it once, another time it's gonna happen again, like this. Look at this here. This is a very good example of something that happens in cryptocurrency all the time. It has straight down plummets, then does a little bit of consolidating without breaking up or below, and it just shoots back up to where it came from. Also known as the reverse Barton-Simpson pattern. Now, yeah, it is a funny name, but it's actually very true. Why reverse? Because the normal Barton-Simpson pattern has the upside, it has this, the consolidation, and it goes straight back down. The reverse Barton-Simpson is totally different. It has the downside, it has the consolidation, oops, and it goes straight back up, right? So to explain this easier, let me go over to the 1 second time frame, and I'm gonna actually make a video where I trade exclusively on the 1 second time frame. Oof, okay, this is a weird 1 second time frame. Usually I can easily make out the trends on the 1 second one, but when the trend is not set, It's really hard to kind of see it. But if I try and draw it like this right here, as you can see, it almost perfectly met the target right here. But obviously before it could do that, it was in a broadening wedge. Broadening upwards wedge, which, as I said, is a bearish pattern. Now, combine this with the other information that you get from technical analysis, like what's the RSI, what's the volume. You know, if the volume is declining, price is going up, that's very bearish, means it's gonna go down. It's definitely gonna go down, because if the volume is declining, it means that the buying pressure is declining. And what happens is the buying pressure is declining, the selling pressure gets bigger than the buying pressure, which means the price goes down. So volume going down, price going up, very, very bearish. Now, volume going up, but price going down is a total bullish divergence, which is total reverse of what I just said. It's a fully bullish pattern. Now back to our trends. As you can see, it hit everything perfectly up until this point where it didn't hit the upper angle perfectly, which doesn't have to hit it perfectly every time. But as you can see, after this, it went straight down. It broke out of the ascending broadening wedge right here. It tried to break through up again, but it was rejected. A total support and resistance area. So this means that this trend was true. And if someone figured it out, if you just drew the lines, you would have seen that from this point on, it would go down, and it did. Kept going down, and now it's just really consolidating. And if I see this correctly, this is approximately the point where it stopped, because in order for a trend to be bearish, it needs to have lower lows all the time. But from this wasn't lower than this, even though it's just a few dollars, it still wasn't a lower low. So this means that this right here is where the trend reversal happened. So let me actually try and do this. I'm gonna pick just the bottom ones. See, it's not touching all the edges, and I'm just not happy with that. I'm not sure of a trend if it's just not touching all the edges. I can't be sure of it. This looks more like it. This looks more like of a trend that I want to follow right now. So I'm gonna just draw this, just normal two lines. See, ladies and gentlemen, it's nothing complicated. Now let's just take a look and observe the 1 second one, the 1 second time frame, and see what happens. If it falls below, will it tank? And if it goes up, will it explode? So let's just look, observe, and see if technical analysis works on the 1 second time frame. And the 1 second time frame works like any other time frame. So right now, it's plummeting. So what's supposed to happen next, if technical analysis is true? It should plummet up until some point, no one knows when. From there, it will go up, try to test this resistance right here. If it has enough strength, if it has enough volume, then it will continue plummeting down. So that's my prediction as to what's going to happen. So let's now see, let's wait, let's observe. This is live right now happening, $48,340, the Bitcoin price. It's starting to go up. Will it reach my target point? Will it not? We're about to find out. But either way, it fell below the trend line, so it's supposed to plummet. The price is supposed to plummet. Right now, it's doing exactly what I thought it would do, and it's just too predictable. And when people say technical analysis does not work, they're just so damn wrong. So while this is happening, while it's going on, let's go back to the article I was reading before. So let's talk a little bit more about the technical analysis actually. So what is actually technical analysis? There are two types of analysis, right? Fundamental analysis and technical analysis. Fundamental analysis is the studying and use of privileged information pertaining details of a company's financial records, bank statements, and so on, before making a decision from the available options. Obviously, for cryptocurrencies, it's way more than that. Fundamental analysis is also tokenomics. So how many tokens do they have in their supply? Is it millions? Is it trillions of tokens? Is it endless supply like the US dollar? No one wants that. Everybody wants a finite supply, especially in cryptocurrency. But other than that, what does the company do? Is it a scam company? Is it a normal company? Does it do something that's already been done? Is it doing something that's super innovative? No one knows. Actually, a lot of people know. I don't know why I said no one knows. I guess it's just because it's provocative, gets the people going. On the surface, technical analysis comes off as completely and highly mathematical. Of course, in reality, it boils down to trend identification and pattern uncovering to understand which way the trend is headed, up or down, and why. So that's exactly what I talked about. So he put it perfectly in words, everything I've been saying for the past 10 minutes, right? So that's the whole thing. Right now, as you can see, it didn't really plummet. It's still consolidating, but it's definitely consolidating under this price point, which leads me to believe it'll continue going down. Now, this is the 1 second time frame, guys. So keep that in mind. The 1 second time frame is useful for seeing what's going to happen in the next 5 minutes. But other than that, it's not as useful as, for example, looking at the 4 hour time frame and then seeing what the trend actually is. It takes a lot more time to make a trend on this timeline, so it's much more clearly defined. As you can see, the upper one is touching a lot of points here, as is the bottom one. But the point is, if it's broadening, not good. If it's narrowing, very good. So as far as I'm concerned, I see Bitcoin making a cup and handle formation. So this is what a cup and handle is. You have a cup and you have a handle, and then price goes up. That's what a cup and handle is, and Bitcoin is currently on the verge of making another cup and handle. Now, why do I say another? So let's see last time when Bitcoin made a cup and handle, what actually happened. So this was a cup and handle Bitcoin made. The first time it broke through $41,907. It plummeted down to 30,000. Now, what percentage is that? It fell down almost 30%, but it came all the way back up. But it came back up to the same level. It made the handle right here, and it just skyrocketed from there. So from the bottom of the cup and handle until the largest point. So let's see, from the bottom of the cup and handle to the largest point, it's 100%. So that's double your investment if you were a day trader who put in a trade at the bottom of the cup and handle and waited until the end of the trend formed. So as you can see, there's another cup and handle looking thing right here, but I'm not sure it's a cup and handle. It kind of lacks the handle, you know what I mean? If the handle is above the all-time high price, then it's not really a handle now, is it? Look, I didn't finish Harvard Business School and attend the technical analysis meetings with technical analysis professionals. I only read books and watched videos. So I'm not exactly sure that this is also a cup and handle, guys. And it didn't play out like one either, which just leads me to believe that it wasn't a cup and handle. But what I'm seeing right now is a cup and handle in the making. Now, there's a way for us to find out how big this upside was, and I think there is a way. And let me just check if this is actually true, if it actually works. So this is approximately the same. Now, I don't know if this is a coincidence or if it's actually like this always, but from the bottom of this cup and handle to the kind of top of this cup and handle, not the top of the breakout, but just the cup and handle, it's about 45%, right? Now, from the breakout of the cup and handle until the end of the breakout, it's around the same. It's 43, just 1% less. So that leads me to believe, but let's just see, hypothetically speaking, if the same thing happens, what would the price be? So from the bottom of the cup and handle up until the very top of the cup and handle, but before the breakout, it's 98%, guys. Holy crap. Okay, that's something. So the breakout would happen around here at 58,000. 98% is 100,000. It's more than 100,000. Wait, are you kidding me? If Bitcoin goes above 100,000 just because of this cup and handle, that would be actually insane. I don't know, man. Seems really promising, to be honest. It definitely looks like a cup and handle in the making. What we want to see is Bitcoin going up until this level, then having a drawback. We definitely need to see the drawback. That way it confirms the handle. Once it does, put in your trades. We're going to the moon, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. Do not use money you can't afford to lose. I'm sorry, I just gotta say that. So, hopefully this video helped out a little bit. If it helped out a lot, it'll be even better. Either way, my name is Tony, and I'll see you for the next video. Bye-bye, and stay awesome.